Hey everyone, I'm Marbozir and welcome back to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity. So, we are right next to the Gilded Vale. Let's go.
Ready to sleep like the dead.
And here we are. Quest updated. I finally reached Gilded Vale. It's not quite what I was expecting. Alright. Let's have a look around then. Can we find anything useful around here? Not a whole lot so far. That looks like a warm welcome. Yeah! Well, that looks interesting. What is that all about?
You must be one of the new settlers. Welcome to Gilded Vale. You'll be
Thanks for the
pleased to
welcome.
know we've had some recent vacancies here.
Yes, I noticed. Do you welcome everyone this way? I feel at home already. I like this option.
Of course,
Let's
we
go
need
with
to
that
make some
one.
Inquiries first. The inestimable Lord Radric VII has taken great pains to insulate our town from Widewind's legacy. Have you ever sired a Hollowborn child?
Okay. What are you talking about?
An infant born without a soul, of course. Lord Radric has made it. I should warn you, stranger. Here in Gilded Vale, we have a special place for dissidents, charlatans, and those who would hide a curse in our midst. His lordship's wife is with child and due any day now. Without his approval, I shan't be able to find you a permanent settlement. It will have to wait until after the birth. We can continue our interview then, after the bell tolls from Radric's hold to signal my lord's new heir.
Okay.
In the meantime, you can find temporary accommodations at the inn just southwest of here.
You said something about Hollowborn. I forget that you foreigners do not have this curse in your homelands. The Hollowborn have been a scourge upon the Deerwood for almost 15 years now. Children born without souls. Okay. Pitiful dumb things that breathe, barely, but do not truly live. Some say the Hollowborn are a disease. Some say they are a punishment from the gods. In truth, no one knows. But they began spreading after the Saints' War. And so the name Widewind's legacy stuck in honor of that foul, blasphemous pretender. Okay? Lord Radric decrees may seem strict at times, but he has our best interests at heart. Yeah, okay. If you have any other questions, don't hesitate to ask. It's important that everyone in Gilded Vale understands our rules. Okay, I've been feeling strange ever since a close call with a bivouac. Is there someone in town who could help?
Whatever your problem, it sounds like a matter for an animancer. However, the only animancer in Gilded Vale isn't in any condition to speak.
Okay.
Consider yourself fortunate. After she failed Lord Radric, we saw to it that she wouldn't profit from the misplaced trust of others. A bad cure is often worse than none at all. But if you're set on finding a bottle of troll piss or a dead Audra pebble to rub on your forehead, you're welcome to check her pockets. A little corpse stink is nothing when you're digging for shit. My advice, however, is to be satisfied that you escaped and leave it at
Before I
that.
got here, I saw several people conducting a strange ceremony near some ruins. Okay, you'll want to mind where you mentioned that. Trespassing on whatever ruins is illegal, not to mention dangerous. You probably saw someone attempting some new ritual to appease the gods. People will try anything these days. Barath have mercy. We certainly have. Maybe so. I don't think so. Just as they finished, there was a bivouac. Okay. If you'd been that close to a bivouac, you wouldn't be standing here. Whatever you say. Okay?
Listen.
Two tolls. Let that be the last. 3. Gods have mercy.
It seems your arrival is ill-timed. 3 bells toll only for the death of a Radric. I fear Lord Radric's heir is lost, or else Hollowborn, and so lost all the same. You should tread carefully. Circumstances have changed a great deal.
What do you mean? You come to us at a time of mourning. The legacy has struck at the heart of Gilded Vale. Our efforts to redeem ourselves in the eyes of Barath must be redoubled. It sets a steady gaze upon you. What happened? I will know more details when the messengers arrive. Okay. Does this affect the Lord's offer to new settlers? I can be sure of nothing right now. I advise you to go get some rest. The inn, or a stable for all I care. Find me afterwards. I will know more soon enough. Alright, bye.
Keeping quiet.
So, let's have a look around then. Can we interact with these corpses at all? I'm guessing no. Not much point talking with this guy again. I'd like to know more about Gilded Vale. We're a frontier village, as are most settlements in the Deerwood. Gilded Vale hasn't grown much since its establishment in the colonial days, and the last 15 years have seen some population shrink further. Hence our recruitment of fresh settlers. Tell me about those ruins behind the tree. That's what's left of the Temple of Eothas. Lord Raedric forbade worship of the dead god after the Saints' War. It's been abandoned for almost 15 years, but there are plans to rededicate it to Barath, the god of life and death. Okay. Why has Gilded Vale's population been shrinking? Waidwen's legacy, of course. Many women have had difficulty bearing healthy children of late. A few years ago, Lord Raedric decreed that no mothers of Hollowborn are to be allowed in Gilded Vale. His lordship dealt swiftly with the objectors. Yeah, we can see that. It may be harsh, but if it purges us of this curse, is it not worth it? What if it doesn't? Okay, tell me about Lord Raedric. He comes from a line of nobles who have defended these lands since Aedire times. Raedric II was an early supporter of Deerwoodan independence during the revolution, and the current lord's father perished in the Saints' War. Hollowborn began appearing in the Deerwood shortly after the war's end. Lord Raedric has taken it upon himself to purge the curse from the Gilded Vale. His measures have been severe but necessary. Unfortunately, this may not have been enough, if the bells were any indication. The Saints' War. Our age's most egregious example of men's madness. 15 years ago, the people of Raid Keras decided that Waidwen, their living saint, was the literal incarnation of the god Eothas. This supposed saint took it upon himself to liberate the Deerwood, supposedly from allegiances to the less worthy gods, but I've never known an army to conquer land for its people's own good. The war lasted about a year, but you can guess what that year did to the worship of Eothas in the Deerwood. Lord Raedric's forebears had all been Eothians, but after his father fell, defending us from those fanatics, he personally saw that the Temple of Eothas here in town was shut down. Well, I guess that's it. Can we talk with these people? Nope.
Steady does it.
So, let's have a look around then. Here's one guy we can probably talk with. Can't do much with the tree. Alright, let's talk with this guy then.
Were you looking for someone in that tree? I could introduce you.
Thanks for the offer. Looking for anyone who can help me feel better. My condolences. Well, at least they got sense of humor. That's good. Let's keep moving.
Steady does it.
These are just villagers. Well, this place is actually pretty big, from what I can see. You see 4 people gathered by the door to the inn. Their raised voices and chopping gestures suggest an argument reaching its climax. The first figure raises his hands for calm. His face is partially obscured by hood, but his height and stature suggests an elf.
I meant no offense. Let's put this matter to rest over a round, shall we? My treat.
Hoping to soothe our pride with a few Adira coppers, eh? We don't need your coin.
What's going on? Or we can go with the rational option. Everyone calm down. Whatever this is about, I'm sure it's an overreaction. Let's go with that one. We're humble folk, but we're no fools. Not like he thinks, mocking us while he shelters in our village. We don't take to that kind of talk from foreigners.
Go on. Say it again. I'm itching for an excuse.
Why, you're itching for the kindling touch of your sister, you cocksfeather!
Okay, what?
I'll cut that barrel-looking tongue out of your head.
Interesting.
This is a misunderstanding.
I'm sure it is.
Say whatever it is you think I said. We've nigh quarrel.
That's where you're wrong.
I don't think attacking him is such a good idea. Let's go with diplomatic. This is unnecessary. Wouldn't you rather be inside drinking than here arguing? Good point. It sounds suspiciously like you're defending him. Okay. Oh, they will attack us. I don't mind. Let's use the crossbow then and take a shot. Or maybe not.
Let's go.
Oh, they die very easily. No problem then. Well, that's that. They are dead. As the last of the attackers falls, the elf turns to you. The tension almost gone from his smooth face.
Not quite how I hoped to get to know the neighbors. Thank you for your timely assistance with that awkward situation.
You mean for slaughtering them? You're welcome.
Well, that is one way of putting it.
He straightens his hood, and you note the remains of fraying embroidery on his gloves. His boots are caked with the dirt of many months' travel, but the leatherwork beneath it is sturdy and fine.
I suppose introductions are in order after that little fiasco. Aloth Corvisor, at your service.
How did you manage to get stuck out here? That is a long story, alright.
I'm a wizard by training, and an adventurer by necessity. I was born in the Seathwood, part of the mainland of the Adir Empire, and both of my parents served the nobility, which afforded me an education for which I'm grateful. However, there were no open positions in those houses, and so I decided to seek new means in a new land. And how exactly did you come to be here?
I was traveling with a caravan, but we were separated near some ruins.
Well, those can be dangerous places during the best of times, which these are not. And half the locals would arrest you for trespassing, and the rest would kill you outright. I'm curious, what exactly did you find there?
A bivouac or several hooded figures operating a strange machine. Or we can remain silent.
And you survived? I've heard such a thing was impossible. But it seems you either have a knack for timing or the favor of the gods.
What are you doing in Gilded Vale? Or just how did you manage to cross those 3 drunks?
I'm afraid that was a matter of misunderstandings and mistranslations. It doesn't help that people in these parts remember their war with Adir like it was yesterday.
You did make a rather lewd suggestion regarding one of the aggressors and his own sister. Ah, that. He clears his throat and adjusts his sleeves. As I tried to tell them, they misheard me. Happens all too easily after a few pints. And the accent doesn't help. Sounds legit. Okay, I see. What are you doing in the
Excellent
Gilded Vale?
question. I came looking for fresh air and cheap land. Instead, the magistrate gave me directions to the inn and a story about the local lord's expectant wife. But I take it that's a familiar tale.
Yeah, it is. Like you said, I'm also a settler. I've been experiencing strange things as of late. I'm looking for an expert on souls.
Indeed.
Well, that is true.
The local lord has searched far and wide for similar specialists. And he has rid himself of them almost as desperately.
Okay. You don't exactly look like a settler.
Begging your pardon, but neither do you. Yet, circumstances can find a person in this state.
I should get going.
Given recent events. It's just as well. I've had enough of the watered wine and lumpy beds at the inn. They say even the owner tired of the place. Just up and left one day. It explains quite a lot about the upkeep. Perhaps I could join you. I could use a change of scenery, and I find it's better to travel.
Okay, he will join us then.
Excellent.
Let's
I'll
go.
see what I can
And we loot the corpses, obviously. And look around some more. Yeah, let's look around. Before I check the inn, I want to see if there's anything else to do around the town. And there probably is.
Nice and slow.
We're not leaving just yet, but I'm just checking the options. I will go back to Valewood once I'm done here. I want to kill the bandits and maybe the bear too. We'll see.
Keeping quiet.
But for now, we need to look around the town. And we'll probably have to go into the temple a little bit later.
Nice and slow.
Is that someone we can talk with? Nope, just a villager. Okay. Black Hammered Smithery, some house, windmill, and some other house. There might be another person for hire at the inn. Oh, maybe we can talk with these people? Kind of. As you near, you feel a vibrant history contained in the essence of this man's soul. Voices from its past seem to call out to you. Reach out for a soul. Okay. You see a room, bright, warm, and covered in greenery. There isn't a spot in the entire space that doesn't have some kind of plant growing in it. Small, germinating seeds in a corner here, large, sprawling vines climbing the walls there. Although most of the plants are actually in some kind of container, there are a few that have grown from the dirt floor itself. These are just as lovingly cared for as anything else in the room. This man wanders through the plants, smiling at each and everyone, an old pipe clenched between his teeth. Stopping next to one, he touches a leaf, lifting it up to look at the underside, then gently rubs it between his fingers. He takes a small handful of the soil. It grows in and crushes it with his fingers. Satisfied, he drops the soil back into the pot and continues to the next plant. He hums a low, cheery tune as he moves among the plants, occasionally stopping to sing a few words of something to one of them. Finally, he reaches to the door. Having visited every plant in the room, he turns back to look at them, a look of serene pleasure on his face. Then he turns back and is gone. So we can talk with him then. And another guy. Reach out for a soul. You see a group of people standing around a wagon, transfixed on a sword as it swings in a large graceful arc. This man holds the sword, passing it from hand to hand with a relaxed ease, making the blade dance in front of his audience. He tosses it into the air, spins, then puts his arm behind his back to catch it. The crowd claps excitedly, and a couple of them gasp, certain they were about to see a tragedy. Alright, well, we can talk with them then.
Keeping quiet.
Let's look around some more. Is there anything down here? Yes, some ingredients. We'll take that. Pilgrim's crown. Not going this way just yet. What's this? Road east? No, we're not going there either. That's just a villager. Not much to see here.
Keeping quiet.
Not much to see here either. Some cows and villagers. Let's have a chat with the cows. They aren't very talkative. Moo? Okay, whatever. More ingredients? I'll take that.
Keeping quiet.
Not much else to see here.
I'll see what I can find.
You can find nothing, because you're useless. Also, I should check this dude's skills, I suppose.
Aye?
What does he actually have? Let's have a look. Arcane Assault. 2 per encounter. Unleashes a bolt of magical energy from the Grimoire that inflicts raw damage and dazes targets in the area. So effects. 11 to 17, 10 to 16 base. A lot of attacks seem to have 10 to 16 base. And the target can be dazed. Okay. What about these? 10 to 18 base damage. So that's just a nuke. A single target nuke basically. Magic missiles, more or less. Sunless Grasp. 19 to 28, freeze. Okay. This looks pretty good. Okay. Also reduces accuracy. Minus 10 accuracy to the target. 15 seconds base. That's pretty good. Fan of Flames. That's an AoE. Wow, that's quite a lot of damage. Alright. And finally, Dazzling Lights. What's this? AoE. Dazed. So that's an AoE daze basically. Yep. And it also decreases their will. Alright.
Of course.
Let's keep
Right.
moving then.
Nice and slow.
Anything else to find here?
Nice and quiet.
Not a whole lot. Can I make any potions yet? Probably not. Well, no. I'll check the buildings last. Just want to see if there's anything else to find outside. Oh, there's something going on. Hi. We know there's more grain in there, Trumbull. We won't settle for scraps while you grow fat on your crops. On our crops. A muffled shouting emerges from inside the mill. The first of you junkards comes through that door, gets a shot between the eyes. Come away for now, lads, but we'll be back. And we'll have fair prices. Or by the flame, we'll have a reckoning. Pleasant fellas. Let's have a talk with that guy then.
I'll be discreet.
I guess we'll go inside. Looks interesting. An elven man stands before you. His relatively stocky build suggesting a life of labor. His face is pale and drawn, and his eyes wide. Behind him, a younger man and woman exchange worried glances. The miller raises a club as you enter. Get back if you value your life. Hold on, I'm not here to hurt anyone. I don't have 14 resolve. The miller hesitates and then lowers his club. Who are you? Let's see, what are the options? Diplomatic? I thought you could use some help. Those people out there seemed pretty angry. Okay. He could use a friendly face. I take it you heard some part of what the crowd is asking for. Grain. As if I've got it all tucked away somewhere. They've been keeping clear so far, but if things keep on like they are, I don't know how much longer we've got before things get messy. Please, if you're not here on his behalf, maybe we could speak to Swainor? He won't listen to me anymore. Just explain that we're all getting smaller rations now. We're all making sacrifices. I'd rather keep out. I'll see what I can do. I'd be grateful if you did. He won't listen to me anymore, but maybe you'll have better luck. Tell him we're all having a hard time. Alright. So, does that?
Quiet.
Looks like we're done here. Let's keep moving.
Steady does it.
Maybe I should check out the inn after all. What's this? Some house.
Yeah.
Let's check the journal real quick. Resolve the feud between Shamble and Swainor.
Sure.
Alright. Let's check the smithery. I have some I might be able to trade there. Maybe get another quest. I have a lot of junk to sell. All these useless weapons. Okay. What do you have here? The stock is not what it used to be. Well, what happened? We just don't have the supplies. Been expecting the next delivery for near a week now, and haven't seen a sign of it. Have to expect they were hit by bandits. The road out east is crawling with them. Or my workers ran off with the wagon themselves, maybe to make some coin. As if that lot would dare. He's right about the bandits. Okay? If you happen to be headed that way, maybe we could keep an eye out for a supply wagon. Or my shipment at least. They'd be cutting through the Black Meadow, I expect. Only good road for it. Okay. I'll see them back safe and sound. I'll find your supplies. Okay, I'll see them back.
Welcome.
So, can we trade? Alright, so I do have a lot of junk to sell. Let's see. I can sell most of this. I might keep one each or something like that, you know, just in case. There's no need to sell everything right away. Sell some of these. Sell this. I also got a lot of armor that I can sell. Wait, this is a faster way, just click it. I think I will keep the helms. Do these actually do anything? There are no stats on them. I can always sell them later, I suppose. Well, I think this is reasonable for now. Can we buy anything interesting? I could buy camping supplies. No, I'm actually capped on camping supplies right now. That's an expensive lance over there. Well, obviously we can't afford that. What can we afford? I'm not sure if I want to buy anything. I think I'm fine. What about the rings? Okay, deflection. Plus 5 fortitude, reflex and will. I like the rings, but these are expensive. I obviously can't afford that. What about this? Grappling hook. I have a feeling this might be useful. Yeah, I have a feeling this will be very useful. And the pry bar. This might also be useful. I'm kind of tempted to buy one or both. Maybe. I think I will. Alright, let's buy that. I'm sure it will be useful. Oh, I have more stuff that I can sell. That's way too much armor. I don't need that much. Sell this. What about these weapons? 8 to 12 base damage. That's pretty low. I don't need that. And, well, I think that's enough for now. Trade. Alright, is there anything else in here? Who are these people? Can we talk with them? Reach out for the soul. Okay, that's pretty long. You see a man crouching. A series of untamed shrubs, all that hides him from the vision ahead. His eyes are locked on a Delemran or something. Beautiful and terrible, eyes half-lidded as she hums. A bird with fantastic blue and orange plumage sits on her shoulder, chilling gently as the man is entranced. Trembling, tentative he stands, and the tranquility is broken by the bird's startled squawk. The Delemgan half smiles, beckoning with twig-like fingers. She does not speak as he approaches. His mouth is dripping sounds of awe and admiration. She waits, coy and tempting, and with agonizing slowness he is before her. Then something changes. She sees something hanging limply from his side and begins to hiss. Fingers suddenly close and eyes back with hate. He has no time to reach for his axe or grimoire as she strikes. And just as soon as she strikes, she is gone. The only evidence of her existence, the shuddering wreck on the ground. He grabs at his grimoire nevertheless and begins to chant, but the words of a magical language of his own imagining scribbled in a maniacal shorthand ring hollow, and the silence continues. He turns and shrugs at someone or something, but if there is something there, you do not see it. Alright. Another guy? You see a group of adventurers surrounded by a crowd of attacking Zoribs or something. This man is with them, seemingly unconcerned by the battle, even detached from it as he stands in the middle of his comrades chanting, his expression bordering on elation. His voice is powerful and deep, booming out across the combatants as a rich counterpoint to the chaos of their fighting. With every phrase, the battlefield changes. His allies glow with pulsing blue light, freezing the Zoribs that surround them. A blazing pyre erupts from the ground, cutting and burning the creatures and sending them scattering. One of the fallen Zoribs suddenly explodes as three giant grabs crawl from his corpse and attack the remaining enemies. The man continues to chant, enthralled in joy of the moment. Finally, the creatures have been reduced to one. His allies stand back as the man approaches it, still chanting. He removes his hammer and swings it at the Zorib. His phrase ends as the hammer connects with his head, punctuating the spell and bringing his song to an end. Well, I can't talk with them. Any more people in here? I assume trying to loot any of this would be a very, very bad idea. So let's not do that. Okay. So, where to? The inn? I think so. Alright, let's go check out the inn. Now, I know that you can pay to create another custom character to join your party. So I assume we will be able to do that at the inn. Because you can have not only pre-made companions in your party, but also more custom characters that you can create, just like the one we created at the start of the game.
Sure.
I shall
So.
be discreet.
Well, let's have a chat then. Oh, this place is pretty big actually. Alright.
Hail, traveler.
Please, sit where you like. Would you like a drink or a room? We have two available at the moment. I'm afraid we can't offer much by way of a good meal today. So I could use some reliable help. Do you know of anyone looking for work? Okay. Let me see what I have to work with. Oh yeah, we can hire an adventurer. So that's exactly what this will do. This will allow us to create a new character to get for our party. Let's actually do that then. That will cost me 250. Now, I could use a good melee. Yes. So, let's see. I might go for this guy. That's +2 might. Or maybe a dwarf. +2 might, +1 constitution. I don't really care about -1 dexterity. What were the bonuses here? +15 accuracy against any creature of the wilder or primordial type. Or bonus to defend against poison and disease attacks. That might be useful for a melee. Oh yeah, these guys were pretty boring. At least their bonuses. Bonus to defend against prone and stun effects. Yeah, that's also useful. And these guys get an additional weapon set. So do I want bonus to defend against prone and stun? Or what was the other one? Poison and disease. What are the other options? Orlan gets -1 might, so that's not such a good idea. Humans also aren't bad. 5 seconds after being reduced below 50% endurance, they get temporary bonuses to accuracy and damage. Yeah, that's kind of nice though, but I think I'll go with this guy. I do like prone and stun defense bonus. Yeah, I think I'll go with this guy. Sounds good. Now, I want a melee class, but offensive or defensive? I'm kind of considering a Berserker. Starting ability. When Barbarians hit with melee attacks, they automatically make reduced damage attacks at all other enemies within a short distance of the target. Oh, so that's kind of an AoE. That's nice. I might go for a Barbarian. It's tempting. Constant recovery. Fighters continually regenerate endurance at a modest rate during combat. Well, fighters are obviously more defensive. I'll probably need at least one good defensive character. So I suppose I might go with a fighter. What about the Paladin? Faith and Conviction. Paladins have an inherent bonus to all of their defenses. Over the course of the game, the value of this bonus may shift based on the reputations of the Paladin gains. The Paladin gains relative to the behaviors, blah blah blah. Okay, let's go for a fighter then. So knockdown, what's this again? Plus 10 accuracy for 15 seconds. I'll go for a knockdown. Yeah. Okay, so Constitution. That's an important stat. Perception, Resolve. That's also an important stat for us. We need some might. 16 Constitution, 16 Resolve, 12 Perception. Yep, that sounds good, I suppose. Can we get Perception bonus from these? Not sure about that. Yes, +1 Perception. Okay. Let's go for that one then. And background. Stealth, survival, lore, survival, lore mechanics, athletics mechanics, lore. Survival lore. I kind of want athletics. So either this one or... well, that's the only one with athletics actually. Okay, let's go for this one then. No changes here. I'm okay with that.
Time to see and not be seen.
Follow me. Bring them down!
Yep, I like that one. And he's going to be... Hulk. I like that. Alright, so now we got 3 party members.
Right.
And I'm going to finish this part here, continue in next one. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.